the 3 best ways to protect your loved ones financially. Let's talk about it. Hello everybody, Joe Roper coming at you, and I see this happen all the time. People have loved ones, whether it's spouses, it's kids, it's friends, and they want to make sure if something happens to themselves that those assets pass on in the correct manner, but they don't take the time to do the few simple steps to make sure that that money will go to the right people as quickly as possible and with the least amount of taxes. So here are 3 things you can do right now to make sure that happens. Number 1, check every single beneficiary form that you have filled out in the past. It could be your 401k, it could be your life insurance, it could be your IRA. Make sure you have those beneficiary forms filled out correctly. And here's what you want to look for. If you've named multiple beneficiaries, you have a primary beneficiary and you have contingent beneficiary. Contingent means if your primary beneficiary dies before you and then you pass, that your assets will go to that next class of beneficiaries. You want to make sure that those contingent beneficiaries are listed out per Persterbase. What this means, let's say you have 3 kids and every one of your kids have kids. So that means you have children and you have grandchildren. If you don't list out per Persterbase and you name your 3 children as your contingent beneficiaries, should one of those kids predecease you, the money will go to the other siblings and cut out your grandchildren completely. I don't think this is what you want to have happen. So if you name per Persterbase and one of your kids predeceases you, it will automatically follow the bloodline down and go to your grandchildren. Make sure you're doing this. Per Persterbase is Latin for branch or bloodline, and this will allow that money to pass down to your grandchildren. It won't go to son or daughter-in-laws. This will go to your grandchildren. Number 2, make sure you have beneficiaries on every single account that you legally are allowed to put beneficiaries on. You already have it on your life insurance, you already have it on your IRA or 401k, but did you know you can put a beneficiary on your bank account, on your CDs, on your brokerage account at Vanguard or at TD Ameritrade? You can add beneficiaries to basically any account, and in some states, you can even put beneficiaries on your house. What this will do is it will avoid the probate process, it will avoid legal fees, and it will basically tell whoever is looking at that document that, hey, I've passed, this is the individual or individuals who I would like to leave this asset to. That organization will get a hold of those individuals, and as long as they can produce a death certificate, those assets will pass on with no legal costs whatsoever. But you got to look at every single account, because over time you may start to get little bank accounts here and there, or checking or CDs or money market accounts, or you may have mutual fund accounts. Check every single account and ensure that you have beneficiaries attached. And number 3, you want to ensure that if you have any accounts that have large capital gains, that means that you bought into an investment, whether it's a piece of real estate, whether it's a stock, whether it's a mutual fund, and over time that investment has gained in value. That's called capital gains. You probably haven't paid tax on those gains yet. And when you die, you want to make sure that whoever inherits this investment gets that step up in cost basis. It's a beautiful tax law that's out there for you and for your loved ones, but you have to leave the money to somebody in order to do that. So you don't want to leave that money to charity because they get money tax free anyway. So you want to leave these high capital gained assets to loved ones. Heck, in some states, you can actually name your spouse, and when you die and she inherits that asset, she gets a step up in cost basis. So sit down with your attorney, sit down with your financial advisor, and make sure that you've set up all of your beneficiaries correctly, because if you do this wrong and you pass, it's too late. It is carved in stone, and you need to take care of this now. So stop this video, call your advisor, call your lawyer, get your account paperwork out, start looking through this. I know it takes time, but it's very important because you've worked your butt off for that money, and I want to make sure it goes to the right people as quickly as possible and with no costs whatsoever. If you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe to see future videos. Check out some of my other content. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I post content. And as always, I'll see you next time.